Hello everyone, welcome back on Mango channel. Guys, I'm Ramkesh Singh, Unity game developer, YouTuber and blogger. So friends, in today's tutorial we are going to learn from a very basic that how we can operate Unity, because most of you were asking me that how we can learn Unity in one video. Today I am providing you single video in which I will share all the basic topic so that you can purely beginner, so you will be able to understand that how we can download and install the Unity hub, and by using the Unity hub you will be able to install Unity. And then I will explain that how we can create the project and what are the types of the project, and then I will explain the basic hierarchy so that you can understand that how you are going to use the Unity. And then we will learn that create something using the 3D as well as canvas as well as sprite. So I will also provide the what is the material and how we can use the material and how we can use them, how we can create the material using the Excel. So if you are a full beginner, so that video will be really very helpful for you. And then I will explain the asset store, package manager and create the script. So this video will provide a basic concept in Unity, and you will be able to learn that how you can operate Unity in a very normal way. Okay, so let's start the today video. If you are new on the channel, so make sure subscribe the channel and like the video, and let's start the today video. Okay, so first thing will be how to download Unity using the Unity hub. So first thing, you have to search Unity hub, and let's suppose you have searched the Unity hub, and here you will get download for Windows. If you are using any other system, so you can download from here, but I'm using the download for Windows. So just click on it, and when it will be get downloaded here, so you have to just double click and it will be installed in your system. Let's suppose you have installed, so now you will be able to see Unity hub on your desktop. Okay, so let's click on the Unity hub. Okay, so here we have Unity hub, and here is the preferences. So I have already installed many Unity, but I will tell you that how you can install. So first you have to go in install, and then here you can see I have installed many. So basically you have to always download LTS, is a new version, because currently it is a 2023. You have to not use the current version, because in current version you may get many bug. So you have to try to using the LTS 23. So you can use 20 or 21. That will be a lot better, because there is a compatibility issue with Unity and its packages. So if you are using the latest version, so that may create a lots of problem. So you can go with below the 1 year or 2 year Unity version. Okay, so here you have to click add, and here you can see there is a 2021 3.1 LTS version is available. Officially released 2022 version is also available. You have to choose LTS version whenever you are downloading any version. So let's suppose you are going for Unity 2.2351. okay, and you are doing next, and here you have to choose if you are making application for the Android build, so you have to choose Android build support, and if you are choosing for iOS build support, so you have to on iOS build support. You don't need for Linux, and if you need, so you can choose Windows build support, that is a compulsory. Okay, if you want universal, so you can on universal, this thing will be downloaded. Okay, so here you can see the sizes, what size is required. If you know in your system there is no space, so that might create a problem. So just do next, and then it will be start the downloading after completing the I have read all the things. So done, and then that will be downloaded. So I don't need to download because I have already downloaded all the software. And after downloading, what you will show, that will show the you don't have valid license. So you have to create one ID. Okay, so you have to create Unity one ID if you have not created. So just you have to create sign in, and then you will able to do using the your Gmail ID, or you can create you can do the sign up. Okay, so let's suppose I don't have any license, so you can go on the manage license, and here you can activate the personal license. In personal license you can use, there is not anything that it is valid for 1 month or 1 year. personal license you can use in your whole life, but there is some condition that if you are making a lots of money by using any application, so that might be asked to take the license that is not personal, but currently we are going to use personal license. Here you can see it's asking for login, so just click on the login, and here is asking for email ID and password if you have. So I'm going for Gmail. Boom. Now Unity, now you can activate your personal license. So activate new license, and we're going for personal because I don't make much more money, so you can choose I don't use Unity professional capacity. Okay, done. So I think that's why I like the Unity, because they provide free and any normal person can use Unity for his personal use. The second thing is that create project and type of project. So let's do, and here you have to decide which Unity version you want to use. Here you can see here when you will click here, so that will ask which Unity version you want to use. So basically I use most of 3. And here is, you can see there is a templates. So there is a many kind of templates like 2D, 3D, SDRP, URP. So if you are going for 2D, so that will be a totally 2D, but in future if you want to change, so you can convert from 2D to 3D. Same in the 3D, you can convert 3D to 2D, but the thing is different, that if you are choosing the 3D, so that will be a standard pipeline. There are so many pipeline that used to render. So basically it's going on that standard pipeline will be deprecated in the future. So whenever you want to create the 3D project, so what you have to do is you have to create universal render pipeline. You have to create URP. There is also 2D platformer micro game, there is FPS micro game. So you can download this project, and that will help you to learn if you want to learn. But if you want to create a 3D project, so you have to use URP pipeline. And if you are focusing your platform for mobile, platform for the system, personal computers, so at that time you have to use SDR. So everything will be same inside the thing, but the thing is that renderer will be changed. So let's suppose we are choosing URP. Okay, basic tutorial, and just create. Currently we are downloading URP because in normal 3D project there is a standard pipeline, and in future might be standard pipeline will get deprecated. So that's why we are using URP, and that is more optimized for mobiles, Oculus Quest 2. Here you can see we are opened Unity project, and when you choose the URP, so by default they open the sample project, and here you can get post processing, example assets. Okay, these are the examples asset. Okay, so here you can see these are the examples asset. This is the post processing, means key that will be show you some effect like a filter. Okay, it will show you some filter, and this is the direction light. So whenever you will create any project, so by default you will get the direction light as well as main camera. Main camera is a thing that you always get, and whatever you see inside a game view, that is due to the main camera. Okay, so let me explain first thing, that hierarchy, so you will able to get understand, and then I will take a new sample, that is the layout. So whenever you choose 4 split, so here is the 4 split, scene, and this is the 2x3. So this is the 2x3. This is the basically layout, that in which layout you want to work in the Unity. If you want to create your own layout, so you can create all layout. So basically it's depend on that in which layout you want to work, and it's also depend on the type of the game, but it's depend on then in which you are able to perform your task, means in a more efficient way, in more. So basically I use mostly default. In 2D games sometimes you have to see side by side. So let me explain, you will get, and don't worry about anything, I will explain. So whatever the thing, raw material you want to use in your application, in your game, so that will be in asset. Okay, asset is a might be 2D 3D items, it may be packages, it may be script. So all the things will be inside the asset. So you will go inside the asset. So there are so many things that come by default, like here you can see examples asset that's come. There is materials, model, prefab, shaders, textures. So whatever you will do, that will be inside a folder. So you will create always folder inside the asset, whatever you want to keep inside that folder. Okay, that is the settings, that is the scripts, that is the preset, and that is the settings. You can see there are so many settings if you are going with the URP. So that's the different topic. You can go on my channel and watch the URP related. You will get to know that what are the settings, but I'm giving you a basic idea that these are the settings you can play around with. That is the anti-aliasing. So for the beginner, that is not so much important. So there is a scene. So in the scene you get a scene, means this is the Unity logo and this is the sample scene. Whenever you will create, you will be able to open that scene here in the hierarchy. Let's suppose whatever inside the hierarchy that's come from the asset, or it's come from you create it, and whatever here you will get, that is the game object. Main camera is game object, direction light is game object. So everything you get here, that is the game object. Okay, so every game object, when you will click on the every game object, so let's suppose here is this side. In the right side you can see when I'm clicking on the game object, what I'm getting here, you can see that is the name of game object, that is the tag it's using, that is the main camera. You can add a tag from clicking here. Let's suppose I want to give you my camera. Sometimes we need to create the tag so that in the script we will able to recognize it, that is the game object we are going to use. So here you can see my camera. So pass the camera, and this is the layer. So layer is also a way in Unity that's help you to recognize that game object. So let's suppose I am giving you camera. Why layer is important, I will explain you. That you can define that whatever you want to see in your camera. I told you that whatever you see in the camera, that's so in your game view. Okay, so I create the camera. So this is the layer camera. So I will explain, don't worry about it. And in the hierarchy here you can see transform. So this is the basically show you the position of camera, like position 2.3, 1.23, 2.3, means this is the 3D. Here you can see you can view 2D view, 3D view. I will explain about it. Currently we are in the 3D. So whenever you are in the 3D or 2D, you always get three values, X, Y, Z. Okay, so X, Y, Z. And this is the rotation, means this is the rotation of camera. Here you can see you are seeing this, and if I am changing the value, so your view is getting changed. Okay, so this is the X direction and this is the Y direction. Here you can see in the small box, and in Z direction you can change. And this is the scale. Scale define that size of camera. Let's suppose I am doing it 10. So the size of camera will be X direction will be 10. Okay, but in the camera thing you have to not do anything. Just I am sharing that in any scenario, in any game object, there will be a transform, there will be position, rotation, scale inside the transform. And coding also, if you want to access the position, rotation, so you have to go with the transform. Okay, so this thing called component. On the game object you will get the component. This is the component, this is the component, this is the component, means everything on the game object is attached on the component. And whenever you want to attach any component, you have to add component. From here you will get to search. Let's suppose I want to video player, so I will just click on it, so there will be a video player. Okay, so I am not saying that on the camera there must be a camera component, that will be a main camera. Okay, great. And whenever you want to reset this value, like you want to reset this value, so you have to go on the reset. Or if you want to copy the component, so you can copy the component and you can paste same component on the another game object. So let's do reset. So in the reset everything will be in 0. Scale will be by default 1. 1 means 1 meter inside the Unity. So you get to know what is the inspector. This is the inspector. In inspector you get to know about the transform. And what is the transform? Transform contain the position, rotation, scale. On any game object you can attach any component. That may be video player, that may be new script. Even you can create the new script. You can attach rigid body. Okay, you can attach anything. So everything inside the Unity works on the game object and component. Even any script you create here, that will be a component. Everything is on the game object, that is the component. What the thing you have to remember? Is that whatever you want to attach on the game object, so basically you have to remember the component name, means in which scenario you want which kind of component on the game object. Okay, I will explain much more about it, so don't worry about it. And here you can see this is the scene. So whatever inside the hierarchy is inside the scene. Whatever inside the hierarchy, that is the scene. And in scene, what happens? In scene, whatever camera is going to see, this is the camera, this is not a right position. So what you have to do, let's suppose I want to see this area. So what I have to do, I have to click on the camera and I have to click on my system, Control Shift F. Now you can see I am able to see this thing inside the main camera. In the scene, you create all whatever environment you want to create, whatever you want to create, whole world that will be inside the scene. Whatever camera see, that will be inside the game object. So here you can see this is the game area. Okay, great. In scene, this is the all the thing you create, and camera see, currently camera is seeing in this area, and you can also create a whole world inside the scene. And if camera will be go in that position, so camera will be able to see inside the game view. Now you can see in the game view, you will able to see this area very far away. Okay, great. So now we are able to understand. And if you want to see that which packages inside the project, so here as you can see, this is the packages. So core, RP library, custom, and unit. So there are so many packages Unity by default take. So you can get to know that which packages we have. And sometimes here you can see this is the console, and whenever you will run any script, so here you will be able to see any messages. That is the console, means you get the debug messages, and you want to clear, so you can just clear. And here which you want to show, so that will be show here numbers. So basically this is the hierarchy, and this is the sample scene. Okay, everything in work inside the Unity, that is the scene. That is the scene is very important. Scene contains what? Contains all the your game environment. You can create a game environment scene wise scene, because in a one scene you cannot create a lots of things, because that will be a create issue, because there will be some poly count. Okay, let's suppose we want to check this area poly count. So what will we do? I Control Shift F. So just here the thing is play pause. So what you have to do is play. So when I will play, so here you can see this is the scene, and after the play that will be show the game. And in game you can, here you can see this is the stats. So here you are able to see this is the try count is, you can call poly count 73.6k poly count, batches 130. So this is the way you can check what is the poly count, what is the try. Clicking on the stats, it will be disappear. Okay, great. And here is the thing, that is the scale, and everything is happening inside the game window. So you can just scale to see the thing. Aspect ratio you can change according to your requirement. Here you can see always give your custom resolution. So currently I'm going to MI phone 2340 1080, and this is the scene. And in the scene window I want to explain, this is the shaded, and this is the wireframe. Means if you are a 3D modeler, you will get to know what is the wireframe. In wireframe you get to know about the model closely. This is the wireframe, and this is the shaded, and here you can see shaded wireframe. So means shaded with wireframe you are able to see. And here is all more things about the backlights, directional light, albedo. So that will be covered in other videos. You can go on my channel, you will get to know. So these are the basic things I explained to you. Okay, so basically this is the shadow, and this is not the thing that if you are doing the wireframe and you will export, so that will show inside your application. No, that's not going to happen. That is showing inside your scene, that will not render in your game. In the game view you can see normal thing, but in scene you are doing for yourself to see that's how it's looking. Okay, so let's do on the shaded. Start the creating things inside the Unity. Okay, so as you told you that in asset you have to create whatever folder you want to keep. So let's suppose you want a scene. Whenever you want to create anything, so you have to do the scene wise, like this is the sample scene. And if you want to create any one, so let's suppose, so you have to go here, right click, create, and here you will get scene. So let's do test, and just this is a sample. So whenever you want to open this scene, so you have to just click here, and you can see this is the loaded test scene. And whenever you create anything in the scene, so that will be by default main camera and direction light. Okay, direction light show you, and it is just like sunlight, and camera, whatever your camera see, that will be in game view. Okay, great. Okay, let's suppose you want to take any model. So what I have told you, that we have to create folder. So create folder. I want a character basically. Okay, so let's give the name character, and I'm just going to show you a example from Mixamo. So just click, you will get a better idea that how we can import a model inside Unity. So just go on the character, and I love this website because you get all kind of, not all kind of, but most of animation here. Okay, so this is a great website, and that all the things is freely available, provided by the Adobe. Okay, so let's suppose we want any model from here. Okay, so we want this girl. So you can click anyone, that is not any issue. Okay, so what you have to do is just download, and if you want to perform the rig, so you have to upload your character, but currently we want to download. So FBX T pose, original pose, so you can do the original pose, not a issue, and just preparing for download. So now you can see it is downloaded. So what you have to do, you have to put inside this folder. So there is one way that you can just drag and drop here, but currently Windows 11 is not supporting this. So what you have to do is just open where it is downloaded and copy, and just go inside Unity, show in Explorer, right click, show in Explorer, and here is character. So just paste it. Now you can see here we have our folder, here is we have our character. So just close it and just cancel it. Now we can see here we have our character, but it's not looking like her, it's just only white color. So what we have to do is that you have to click on here, and here you can see this is the materials, animation, rig, models. So first thing, material. So we want these materials. So what we have to do is just, these are the embedded. Why? Because we are using FBX. FBX is great thing about, what about FBX I love about FBX is that it contains texture, material, means lots of information. So let's suppose we have to extract textures. So just do, so we got the textures. Okay, fix now. Okay, and after the textures, what you need a materials. Okay, so you have to click extract, select materials, means you can create any folder. I'm not doing anything, just I'm doing all the things inside the characters. Okay, okay, and inside the animation, here you can see inside the animation we have not downloaded any animation. If you have downloaded, so you have to choose the humanoid, because this is, she is a character. Okay, so currently we have not downloaded any, and here you can see this is the rig. So in rig, this is the type. So just choose on humanoid and create from this model and apply. Okay, and in model it is characters, so you don't need to do anything here. But if this is the model, and if this is the model, but that is not already UVs generated, so at that time you have to do generate light map and then apply. But if that model is already UV generated, so you have to not do is, you have to not click mark here, because if you will do, so there will be some issue in your models. Okay, so if it is not already UV generated, so you have to on, but if it is generated, so you don't have to on. Okay, great. Let's suppose we want this in our game, because currently I'm not seeing anything. So what we have to do is just drag in the hierarchy, and here you will see the beautiful girl is here. Okay, but currently we are not seeing in the game scene you are seeing, but this is the very small. So just click camera and go little closer and Control Shift F. So now we are able to see the closer look. Okay, so this is the way to take any models. Okay, see characters. So I put the characters, you can do the models. What we really need, we are going to create something. So there is a few things Unity provide in 3D, like you just click on the hierarchy and right click, and here you can see 3D objects. So these are the 3D objects available inside the Unity. Okay, let's suppose I want plane. So here is a plane and this is the value. So I just do reset, and currently C is standing on the plane. Okay, or you can just, yeah, C is already standing on the plane. Okay, great. And this is already on this plane. You can see there is a transform, there is a plane maze. Due to this, it's the plane maze, and due to this you are able to see this. If you want to make it invisible, you can make it invisible. And here is a maze collider. So this is the collider, means when you are running this, so C is standing on that because there is a collider. So if you want to collide anything, so you have to put the colliders. So in the next part we will discuss about the colliders, but in this I'm just sharing the basic. So there are so many kind of mesh collider. When you don't know what are the shape that is not defined, so at that time use the mesh collider. You have to use box collider if you know which collider you are using. So this is also game object, and these are the components, and these are the materials. So I will explain what is the material. Let's suppose I am also creating 3D sphere. So this is the sphere, and just reset it, transform. So this will be on 0 0. Okay, so just right click, reset. Okay, and from here in the game view, not in the game view, in the scene, you can just, there is a 3 arrows. Okay, that's arrow is Y, you can see here, and this is the X, this is the X, and this is the Z direction. So you want in the X direction here, and in the Y direction little above. So just put here, from here, or you can just click here and just move. Okay, let's suppose you want to another. So just create yourself. This is the cylinder provided by Unity by default. Okay, and this by default is already colliders are added, like capsule collider. On the sphere you can see this is the sphere collider, and let's take a cube. So you can see this is the cube, and this is aided by box colliders. So you can see there are so many types of colliders inside the Unity. Okay, and here the things you are able to see the gizmo. This help you to know that these are the things you are able to see. Here is the sun, here is the camera, and it's due to this. If you off this, you will not see anything, and in the game object you will not see anything, but inside the scene I on it, because I will able to determine that where the camera is, where the light is. So it helps me a lot. Okay, so you can use according to your requirement. Okay, great. Let me explain you about materials. So here is the materials. So there is a single material. I am going to explain you how we can create the materials. So just right click, create, and here you can see materials. Okay, so just click on the materials, give red. So this is the materials. Let me define you what is material. Material is the thing that plane is made, this cylinder is made, cube is made. Okay, so on the materials you will get so many things. There are so many types of material. Basically we use lit materials. Okay, so here you can see this is the metallic, surface, base, metallic. Okay, so on the base map you can provide any textures. I will explain you but here you can see this is the color. So let's suppose you want red material, so I will just do the red. And after that, if I want to perform on the plane or any 3D object, so what I have to do, let's suppose I want to perform on the plane, so I will just click here, right click, and just drag and drop here. So here you can see it is the red material. And on the sphere, this is the looking a black. Okay, so let's duplicate it and let's change the name blue. So what we have to do is just go on the here and just do blue, and let's pass this blue on the cylinder. So this is the second way to pass. You can just click here and pass here, but that is the one way. And second way is just click here and pass on the hierarchy on the cylinder. Okay, now you can see. And on the materials you will get so many things, like you can change materials from here, as well as you can change materials from here. Okay, so let's suppose this is the metallic. Okay, great. And this is the metallic value 0. So I will do, if I change the material, so you can see it's looking a dense, and this is the smoothness value. If you do the 1, so it is lot smoothness. Okay, and if you want to make it, this is the front view. If you want to see the both, so this is the both, but there is no any use of it here. And if you want to make this is the opaque. If you want to make transparent, so you can see as a transparent, this is the alpha, so you can do the additive. Okay, so this is the way to make transparent material. Okay, let's suppose we want to provide any textures on it. So let me check there is any textures available here. So here you can see there are many textures. Okay, let's suppose I want to perform a textures on the plane. So what we need a material. So material is already added. So I told you that you can perform the changes from here on material or as well as here. So let's suppose on the red I want to perform this material. So first OBS albedo perform on the base, and this color we have to do on the top so that it can get his proper color. And here you can see this is the metallic, so just do on the metallic. OBS normal, so this is the normal. Okay, now we have applied the material textures, and here you can see. Okay, but if texture is not right size, so it can show it cannot show properly on the plane. So I think it's coming better, but little fatty. Okay, this is the 0.5, so there is not any use of. So this is the way to apply the textures on any material. Okay, great. And if you want to perform any kind of UI experiment, this is, let's suppose this is the game. Okay, properly, and what we are seeing inside the game, so we are seeing this. Let's suppose we want to perform any UI. So what we have to do is just right click, and here you can see this is the UI. So in UI what you need a canvas. So you can just click on the canvas and you will get a canvas. Okay, in canvas there are so many kind of canvas, like screen space, camera, world space. So if you are making 3D kind of stuff or VR application, so world space is compulsory. But if you are making for mobile or system, so that is not compulsory, so you can go with overlay also. Okay, and in this you can just get on the UI. Let's suppose we want a panel. So this is the panel, and in panel we want any button. So let's suppose there is a button, so I got the button. Okay, and for proper view you can just do the 2D, so it will be in front of you, so that will be not any issue for you. Okay, so this is the one way. And let's suppose you want to get a button directly, so you can do UI, and whenever you will take button, so that will be already inside the canvas. Okay, so here you can see this is the whole canvas, and there is a one button, and that button size you can manage from here with height, x, y, position, rotation, scale, everything. Okay, and on the button property, this is the component button. Here you can see normal, highlight color, press color, selected. So there are so many things, stuff you can perform here. Okay, great. Now we are able to see that how we can create a canvas. This is the panel, and in panel I am giving a red color, and it's not showing properly because this is the alpha, so just do it 255. Okay, let's suppose, and one more thing I want to explain, that is the about the scripts. So here you can see this is the script. There is only single script, and in script you can, there is a many way to create the script. Let's suppose you want to create the script, so you can just do the right click, create, and here is the C sharp. So just click on the C sharp, and this is the test 1. So now we have the script test 1. You can see this is the C sharp. Okay, double click on it, it will open the Visual Studio. Okay, in the Visual Studio you can see that we are open, and there are the by default few codes. Okay, so whenever you create any C# script, there will be a mono behavior. Okay, so this is the long topic in the mono behavior, but whenever you will create any script inside the Unity, so that will be a mono behavior. This script will not run. Why? Because this is not attached on any game object. So in Unity, if you want to run a script that is the inherited by the mono behavior class, so that should be on a any game object. So let's suppose I am creating here, you can also create a game object, that is the 3D create empty, and this is the empty game object, and I am giving the name scripts. So basically you can do in any way, but scripts, what I do, I just create a script game object, and what I can do, I can perform from here, that will be added. You can want to remove, you can remove, you can add from here. Okay, okay, what is the another way to create the script? You can add test 2. So okay, so if that will not get any component, so it will ask for new script. So you can do create and add, so that will be also added in the script, but that will be created anywhere, so that will be not a proper way. So I think what you can do is you can do the manage thing from the here. Okay, so I like the way to create here and then attach here. And if you don't want to open here, so if you want to see the script, so just click on here, and here you will see the code test1 mono behavior. Okay, let's suppose on the script I want to run the test1. So here I attach the test1, and here we are able to see the code. Okay, this is the start method. Whenever you will run here, so that will show, that will run first. Okay, so let's suppose I want to debug a message, log I am nested mango. Okay, so like void man, this is the start method, and that's run by default, and this method run by 1 by frame. Okay, updated is called once per frame, start is called before the first frame. Okay, so let's suppose I am running. So when I will run this application, so where I will see my message on the console. So let's play here, and here you can see this is the message. So why we are not able to see? Because this is not highlighted. So just click on here, and here you can see I am nested mango. Okay, And if you want to see the from which script you are getting, so just double click here and you will get here that we are getting the message from here. Okay, so all the mono behaviors classes should be attached on the game object if you want to run that script. Okay. Okay, let's suppose you don't want to create the mono behavior class. So what you have to do, just click on the right click, C# my model. So there are few script that is not mono behavior. So what you have to do is just delete the mono behavior class, and that will be a normal class. So there will be not any start update method. So this is the normal class you can create and run. So you can make it a model class. Okay, so that will be a another tutorial that will explain what are the scripting part. So if you want the scripting part, so just drop in the comment box. I will explain in one video so that you can get idea that how we can write the code. Okay, so this is the basic of Unity. And one more thing I want to explain to you, that is the asset. So this is the asset. Earlier there was the thing that you can search, but currently you have to search online. So let's suppose I do the online. So basically this is the Unity asset store. You will get free and paid asset here. Okay, so you can search here whatever you want. You can get the material, you can get the SDK here, you get everything, means all the thing available inside the Unity asset store. Okay, let's suppose I want, so here you can see there are so many kind of real material, complete, galaxy. So there are few paid, there are few free, so you can utilize as you want. Okay, great. And there is one more thing. This is the asset store from where you can get the SDK. This is the window that is very useful. Here is a package manager. So this is the package manager. So there are the few packages available in the market, because in Unity there is a good thing that you get a package if someone have made, so you can utilize directly. You have to not create all the things again and again. Okay, so these are the packages already available in the project, and these are the Unity registry. So Unity provide these packages. You can get them like ML agent or XR plugin. Okay, and if you want to add some packages from the disk or task git, so you can add from there. Okay, great. And let's suppose discuss about the platforms. So in file you can go on the build setting, and this is the currently PC, Mac, Linux. So this is the for PC, Mac, Linux, and currently if you run the application, so sample scene will be run. So we don't want sample scene, so just delete it, and you want this scene. So whatever scene will be here, you will be able to run that scene. So let's suppose you are adding this scene, and when you will run this application, so test scene will be run. But if there is a multiple scene, so first scene will be run. For the second scene you have to create a button, or if you have to just change the scene. So in next tutorial I will discuss that how you can change the scene. So that will be another topic, but in the basic you have to learn that first scene will be run always. So for the PC and Macs, you can go on the player setting. You can give the name like Nested Mango, Unity basic tutorial 0.1, icon resolution you can provide here, splash screen you can provide here, other setting are here, so you can just go through and provide here. Okay, let's suppose you want to create for the Android, so just click on the okay. So now you can see we are on the Android platform. Okay, so you can do the build, but before the build what you have to do, just in the texture compression you have to do ASTC for the mobile and Oculus, and in the player setting what you have to do is the Nested Mango basic, and you can provide the company name, product name. Okay, this is the version, and here you can see this is the package name. So whatever you will provide, the package name will be here, so you can change according to yourself. Okay, And here is the KitKat. So if you want to increase, so you can just do from the marshmallow or Oreo. If there will be bytes, so that will be support. So let's suppose nougat. This is the mono. So for the best, you can do IL to CPP for the launching purpose, because that is the compressed your code. And this is the 2.0. So depend on your requirement. If there is not any issue, so you can do .NET 4x. So that will be okay. That is the latest. Okay, and here is a active input holding. So this is the old. You can do the both, because currently new input system is also available. If you want, I can provide the video on it. So if you want, so you can ask me. Okay, so you can do the both. I'm not doing this because that will be close my project for a while. Okay, that's it. And this is the public setting. This is the publish setting. So you have to create the key and then you have to do, but that is not required if you want to test your application only. So just click on the build and you can give your APK name, let's suppose test, and save. So that will take few minutes and will create your APK, and that APK you can launch in your Android phone. Okay, so here you can see this is the test APK you can install in your phone. Few tools I want to share with you. Let's suppose here is our cylinder is here. So this is the 2D view. If you are seeing, so you have to click on the 3D. Okay, so this is our canvas, don't worry about it. So what I want to show you that these are the tools. Here you can see this is the hover tool. Let's suppose from where you want to see. So on the scroll view you can just click and see. Okay, and you can click on the alt and then you can move around, means you can take the view on which direction you want to see. Click on the alt and then rotate. Okay, so right click and rotate, and on the scroll view you can also do on which area you want to see. And here you can see this is the moving tool. You can just move around. You can click on any game object, so you can go around it. And here is the rotation. So this is the y direction rotation, and this is the x direction rotation. Okay, and here you can see this is the scaling tool. So you can just directly click here and scale it. And here is also a scaling tool, but you have to do the different way. Okay, and this contain all scaling, rotation, movement. And this is the edit box collider, means you can just adjust your collider according to yourself.